My name is Salami Solomon. I began growing as a little boy in a little village called Onichigo. Shown of God's mercy, privilege, I grew under the United Evangelical Church. My first major discipleship came under a second generation after Benson Idahosa. First discipleship was under Reverend Morgan Ikone, a son to Archbishop Benson Idahosa. I came into Ankpa by instruction. Before then, my first major ordination to ministry was by Archbishop Margaret Idahosa. She has an unusual kind of lifestyle like Papa. Papa don't give you a date of ordination. Papa don't prepare you for ordination. As he walks into the hall, he can just pick anybody and say, God told me to ordain you. That is how a whole lot of his sons were ordained. I had just finished leading prayers. Then God had showed me little of his mercy. I became a pastor of pastors. I was then pastoring about 1,220 something pastors. The evidence of God's mercies and grace brought me close to Archbishop Margaret Idahosa. So one day she has walked into the hall. I was leading the church to pray in Faith Arena. And she said, I think I have finished leading prayer. So I sat down. Then she said, hey, where's Salami? Where's Salami? So they called me. They said, Mama is calling you. So as I was running into the hall, she said, where's my oil? And they gave her a bottle of oil. It was as big as this. And the next he said, kneel down here. And she started pouring on my head. And poured and emptied the bottle of oil and said, today thou shalt continue from where Idahosa Papa stopped. For God have found you. That was how my first ordination began. And like that, in 2008, towards the tail of the end, I heard the Lord say to me, it is time to leave Benin and journey back home. When he said journey back home, I was willing because I had passionately labored in intersection, labored in prayers around Onichigo. We had brethren we were coming up with. So, okay, go back home. It was not a problem at all. I had been a houseboy, so enduring hardship is not a thing. I've suffered a little in life, so hunger no dey kill man. I'm used to it. So going home to Onichigo was not. But as I packed my things, God said to me, you are not going to Onichigo. When you get to Igalaland, go straight to Ankpa and wait for me. I am coming. I believe those promptings of God were a response of labors and prayers of people like Baba Andrew and many other fathers who were in the land who were asking that God will raise young people after their footsteps. That's why we pleaded that he should be here this morning. So God in his infinite mercy arrived and there was absolutely nobody I knew in town. Then as I dropped at the garage, I remembered one of my brothers, I have grew it, is of a blessed memory now. Bro John Ogacheko was schooling in COE. So I quickly called him and said, bro, I'm in Ankpa. He said, Ankpa, you came to preach? I said, no. What is it? He said, Kai, God asked me to come to Ankpa. He said, so where are you? I said, nowhere. Nowhere at all. He said, where are you going now? I said, just tell me where you are. Let me come and meet you. To cut it short, I still remember the Okada man that carried me. The man is no longer driving Okada again, he's driving motor. But they call him Oibo. Then what was running in Ankpa is lady machine. One fair, it's not a Bino per se, but they call him Oibo. I see, it has been a while, but I believe he's alive. He drives vehicle. As of the last time I saw him. He took me, we arrived, he was staying somewhere around the COE. So I stayed there for a few days. God asked me to come, wait for him that he was coming. So we waited. What do I do? He said, wait, I'm coming. So while I was waiting, I was praying and praying. And one or two brethren began to meet me. They joined us prayer. My passion was we were praying for the land and praying for the land. That was I began to meet people who were in the land. Pastor Bede Musa was in the land. Bro Temojo was around. Pastor Sunday Machi was around. Started relating with them. And like that. In 2014, I was leading brethren to pray, holding microphone and leading people to pray in technical college. And he said to me, what I asked you to wait for me for is time. Look for a land. Start me a praying altar. Teach people to pray. Teach people to pray. And as you teach them, and as they pray, I will build people of passion, prayer, power, and prayer. I say, okay, sir. So what next? He said, keep doing that. I'm coming. It took 4 years for him to, when he told me, go to Ankpa, stay, I'm coming. It took 4 years before he spoke about starting the praying altar. We started about 10 years ago. It's 10 years. I'm still waiting for him to come. Maybe the next time he will come is, my time is up here. Hallelujah.